The era of predictable, apolitical business is over. For years, globalization promised stability and growth, but today's world is defined by geopolitical shocks that ripple across borders instantly. A war in one region now disrupts supply chains, spikes prices, and impacts businesses worldwide. The Ukraine conflict, for example, has affected food security in Africa, energy in Asia, and inflation in the Americas. Geopolitics is no longer a distant concern. It's a direct material risk to every company's operations and bottom line. The C-suite must now factor political risk into every major decision, from where to build factories to which markets to enter or exit. Ignoring these risks leads to operational disruption, financial loss, and reputational damage. Today's risks go beyond physical danger. They include supply chain breakdowns, regulatory shocks, volatile markets, and cyber attacks. Even companies far from conflict zones can be crippled by a supplier's disruption or a state-sponsored cyber attack. Navigating this landscape demands more than awareness. It requires a proactive, structured approach to geopolitical risk. Businesses must adapt or risk being blindsided by the next global crisis. The new battlefield for business is global, unpredictable, and demands resilience. The question is, are you prepared? Ukraine's war is a stark example. Energy prices soared, supply chains snapped, and food shortages spread worldwide. In the Middle East, conflicts like those involving Israel and Gaza disrupt trade and force shipping detours, raising costs for everyone. Attacks in the Red Sea have rerouted vessels, adding weeks and millions in expenses to global shipping. In Asia, tensions over Taiwan threaten the world's semiconductor supply, risking a tech and economic crisis if conflict erupts. The Korean Peninsula's instability endangers global manufacturing giants and shipping lanes. These hotspots aren't isolated, they're interconnected, amplifying risk for every business. Companies must track these flashpoints and understand how local conflicts can trigger global consequences. The map of geopolitical risk is now the map of global business. Conflict brings 5 core risks: physical, supply chain, financial, regulatory, and cyber. Physical risk means direct threats to people and assets, factories destroyed, employees endangered. Supply chain risk spreads far beyond war zones. A single disrupted supplier can halt global production. Just-in-time manufacturing becomes a liability when conflict breaks the chain. Financial and regulatory risks escalate as sanctions, export controls, and currency swings hit companies overnight. Violating new rules can mean massive fines and reputational damage. Cyber risk surges during conflict. State-backed hackers target businesses, crippling operations and leaking data. Critical sectors like energy, finance, and healthcare are prime targets. The line between cybercrime and warfare is blurred. Every company is a potential target. These risks are interconnected, demanding a holistic approach. Surviving today's conflicts means preparing for all 5 risks at once. Resilience starts with a clear view of your company's unique risk landscape. Use a geopolitical risk dashboard to map vulnerabilities, operations, supply chains, markets, against global hotspots. Integrate this intelligence into business strategy and update continuity plans for real-world scenarios. Run simulations. What if a shipping lane closes? What if a supplier is sanctioned? Diversify supply chains, even at higher cost, to reduce single points of failure. Treat redundancy as insurance, not waste. Stay ahead of regulatory changes with robust compliance and real-time monitoring. Geopolitical resilience is a continuous process, not a one-time fix. The new imperative is true organizational resilience, not just surviving, but thriving amid uncertainty. Resilient companies anticipate geopolitical shifts, diversify operations, and empower teams to act fast. This mindset turns geopolitics from a threat into a manageable business variable. Leadership must champion geopolitical awareness and make it central to strategy and investment. Companies that invest in readiness gain a competitive edge, protecting people, securing supply chains, and maintaining continuity. Investors and customers now value stability in a volatile world. The ability to navigate geopolitical risk is a key differentiator in the global economy. The world isn't getting safer. Preparedness is the new currency. In the 21st century, resilience is the ultimate advantage.